But yeah, so you came over to Germany. You also played in Austria, Finland, also in Russia and won the Russian championship with the Moscow Black Storm. Then of course you came back to the New York Lions, won some German Bowls and Euro Bowls with them. In the majority of these cases, you played just one season on most of those teams, and went from team to team. What do you feel like you were looking for, if you were looking for anything? Was it like more of a... Go ahead.
I wasn't looking for anything. I wasn't looking for anything in the team.
Okay.
I was looking for something in the places that I was going to.
Okay.
So everywhere you go, you learn something different. And I saw all the different places as an opportunity to see somewhere different. And I knew it's difficult because there are some regrets. For example, in hindsight, I should have stayed in Germany after Kiel season. If I was to do that again, I would have tried to get everybody back, all the players that were at Kiel, and try and get them back for one more year to try and win that thing. Because even though we beat Schwäbisch Hall after that, when I was playing here in Braunschweig, even though we beat them in the German Bowl and then we beat them again in the Euro Bowl, I never got over that loss in 2011 because I kind of feel it got taken away from us at the end with one of the kick returns that we had that took us down to the 15. We would have had a good minute left. We were 4 points down, and the way our offense was, they weren't stopping us from the 15, and the way their defense was, they weren't stopping us from getting inside the end zone from the 15-yard line. But we got brought back for a penalty that happened way off the ball, and we got brought back to our 25-yard line. So, and a lot of things happened with our defense as well. We had a defensive coaching switch, which can completely confuse the defense. But the main idea of it was just to see so many different things. Like, for example, when I went to Dresden, when I announced that I was going to Dresden, people were like, "Don't go to Dresden." And I was like, "What's wrong with..." I'm ignorant, right? So I don't... What's wrong with Dresden? There's Nazis there, it's racist. I was like, all right. All right, well, they wouldn't... I believe they wouldn't have called me over there.
Right.
If it was that bad. Right? So I went over there. I had the best time of my life. Like, I can't remember... Like, I had great times in everywhere I went. But Dresden was just... First of all, the city is probably the most beautiful city I've seen in Germany, especially at nighttime. I never encountered any racism at all. Like, I mean, there was one occasion, but that was instigated by one of our players. But, like, as far as it coming directly to me or to Talib Wise, the other guy that was there, man, if you ask him, he's like, man, that place is the friendliest place in Germany. We didn't experience a thing. And being... The main thing about Dresden was the players, the German players. They're like really tight, really close with each other. And inseparable, you could say.
Right.
And not only them, but the external people, like the people that had nothing to do with the team, but the friends you made outside, they were also amazing and made the experience worthwhile. And then if you add the fact that we were 45 minutes or 90 minutes away from Prague, we frequented Prague. I think one time we were there like every weekend, like for like 4 weeks. But there's so much. I mean, from going from city to city, there's so much you can see.
Right.
Being in Graz, for example, like you are literally stuck between Germany, Switzerland. And you've got Luxembourg there. You've got what's the other Eastern Europe, some other country there. Like you're stuck between. You have to go somewhere.
Right.
Like, you can't just stay in Austria the whole time. Like you have to go somewhere. So and that's what we did. Like we traveled a lot with my boy when I was in Graz, George Cooper. We traveled like everywhere. I'd say to him, "Coop, we're going here." He's like, "Yep." Like, he just go. Like he's my kind of guy. He just one day we just wake up, we look on the map where we could go or where the bus could take us, and he'd be like, "Yep, we're going." And
right. So I mean, you were using football to your advantage to
absolutely
broaden your horizons. You know, not just to party, but to expand your mind. You know, learn about different cultures, learn about different people, different languages, of course, in these countries. So
and that's basically what I think a lot of guys used it as. Obviously, we take football seriously. We train, we wake up, we do the right thing, the correct things. But at the end of the day, you might not ever have this chance again. So while you're here, you might as well use it. Like, you might as well go to all these different places. And in some cases, you might be the first person, like black person, for example, someone's ever met. So your first impression on them is also like crucial.
Exactly.
To how they kind of judge all other black people that they meet. In Dresden, for example, we had there's a guy, I don't want to say his name, but he was affiliated. He wasn't one himself, but he was affiliated with the right-wing groups. You could never tell, because tattoos and whatnot doesn't mean anything to me. I don't judge someone just because they have a whole bunch of tattoos on them. And he never really spoke to us that much. When I say us, I mean Talib and myself. And one day he just approached us and he said, "Man, I want to apologize to you guys." And we're like, you know, you didn't do anything to me, but okay, I accept your apology, but what do you mean? And he was like, yeah, like I judged you. Like, I judged you on people that I'd met before, like other players that have been here and they disrespected the city, and they disrespected the people here. And I thought you guys were just going to be the same, but you guys are completely different from them. And like he said, like I just apologize for thinking that you were something that you're not, And to me, that was one of the most important moments that I've had. Yeah. Like being here.
That was really mature of him to do that.
Exactly. He didn't have to. He could have just been like, all right, they're cool, I guess, and kept it to himself. Right. But within himself, he felt that he had to express that. Outwardly to us. Yeah. And that vastly improved the relationship that we didn't even have before. We were just teammates, that was it. But, we became much more.
Yeah.